This season's UEFA Champions League quarter-final games are going to be real blockbusters, and one particular game that's going to be taking centre stage come April is the matchup between Liverpool and PSG. That game will feature some of the best and most in-form attacking talent in the world and will definitely be one to watch. But following their heavy demolition of fellow Premier League club Chelsea in the round of 16, Liverpool fans probably aren't very confident about that game. On top of that, right from last season, PSG have had a very good record against English teams, defeating Manchester City, Arsenal, Aston Villa and Liverpool themselves on their way to the title. But this year is different, and we think that even in their inconsistent form, Liverpool have a good chance against the Parisians this time around. Why? You'll get the answer to that question in this video. These are 7 reasons why Liverpool should not fear PSG this season.
Hey Goal 90 family, what's good? The World Cup season is here and you already know the vibes on this channel. So for everyone who's been rocking with us, Goal 90 Shop has World Cup jerseys for the whole squad. Men, women and kids. Whatever country you're repping, we've got ya. Home kits, away kits, clean classics and the loud ones. Instant match day energy. And it's love from us. Free shipping worldwide. Grab yours now and let's run this tournament together.
First of all, compared to last season, that shock factor will surely be eliminated. Last season, PSG was so poor in the league phase. They finished 15th on the table while Liverpool were number 1, so the Reds entered into the game as favourites and were very shocked by how much better the French side had become. This time around though, PSG are clear favourites and Liverpool know exactly what to expect, so they'll be much better prepared. But perhaps even more importantly, Liverpool will be going into that game seeking revenge, and that could really fire them up. Halfway into last season, Liverpool were doing well in the league and the Champions League, and they were harbouring thoughts of a possible treble or even quadruple. But PSG came and put those dreams to bed pretty early in the season, and that really changed the entire trajectory of their season. Now, just a year after, Liverpool have a chance to take revenge on the team that ruined what could have been a perfect season for them, and we're pretty sure that they'll be grabbing it with both hands. But there's an even bigger reason why Liverpool must not fear PSG. Before we talk about it though, if you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, go do that right away so you never miss out on our amazing content. Done? Okay, now back to the video. So the thing is that PSG actually don't create as many chances as people think they do. They created a total of 5 big chances and generated a cumulative XG of 1.99 across both legs against Chelsea. Chelsea, on the other hand, created 6 big chances and generated an XG of 2.83 across both legs. What this tells us is that if you can take your chances against PSG, you can actually beat them. Chelsea created much more dangerous situations over both legs, but their finishing was just not good enough. Also, as you can remember, the Blues literally gifted PSG about 4 goals by making silly errors at the back. If Liverpool can keep the errors at a minimum while also taking their chances at the other end, then they could easily knock out PSG. You know, another reason why Liverpool just can't be scared of PSG, because they have Alisson and PSG don't. Last season, the tie was basically a tale of 2 goalkeepers. In the first leg, Alisson was the star of the show, and then in the second leg, Donnarumma was the star of the show, and the Italian ended up making the big difference in the shootout. But the difference now is that Alisson is still at Liverpool, but Donnarumma is no longer at PSG. To be fair, Safonov has not been bad since he became first choice, but he's simply not at the level of Donnarumma and Alisson. And when it comes down to it, it is a keeper like Alisson that can make a real difference. PSG have made a habit of scoring from half chances. We saw it against Chelsea, and we have seen it in multiple other games since last season. They have different players who can score golazos from outside the box or create quality shots from very tight situations. If you have a keeper who dominates his box very well, has a wide wingspan, and is a shot-stopping monster like Alisson, then you are already halfway to stopping PSG. Also, Alisson's distribution is very good. He doesn't bother with trying short and cute passes to his centre-backs when it's so tight at the back. If he sees his attackers running, he's throwing or kicking that ball to them ASAP. This is a tool that will definitely be needed to break PSG down. PSG are perhaps the best team in the world when it comes to relentless high pressing, and you don't beat those teams by playing out from the back, you beat them by going long. Chelsea went long in the Club World Cup final and absolutely nullified them with it. But the new coach decided to switch to short passes at the back in the Champions League, and they were totally exposed and demolished. The blueprint is right there, and Liverpool just have to follow it. they have fast attackers in Salah, Gakpo and Ekitike. They also have Alisson, who has proven to be a good ball distributor. If they can just continue to go long to bypass PSG's press, they'll be in business. And it's good that we've already mentioned the fast wingers because they're another reason Liverpool just cannot be scared. You see, PSG love to have their fullbacks playing high up the pitch, which is why you would sometimes find Nuno Mendes or Hakimi as far up as the centre-forward position. While this helps PSG to be more deadly in attack, it leaves them a little exposed at the back, and really fast wingers can exploit this, as the fullbacks will find it much harder to catch up with them on the recovery. On top of that, Liverpool also have fast fullbacks who could exploit the space even more and further punish PSG's defence. I mean, both in the Club World Cup and in the Champions League, we saw Malo Gusto have a lot of fun against PSG, scoring and creating goals. It's simply because when you're playing PSG, there's always so much space to exploit in behind. If Liverpool play Milos Kerkez and Jeremy Frimpong as their fullback pairing, we're pretty confident that they'll be able to exploit all that space in PSG's defence along with their wingers. Another thing that could be on Liverpool's side is that they're out of the Premier League title race. Last season, they had their eyes on both trophies, which could have affected the way they approach Champions League games. But this time around, their only hope of ending this season with smiles comes in the Champions League, so they'll be giving their all to go as far as possible in the competition. Yes, Liverpool still have their eyes on securing a top 5 place in the Premier League this season, but that surely comes with much less pressure than being in a full-blown title race. PSG, meanwhile, are in something of a title race with Lens this season. Obviously, the French league is not as competitive as the Premier League, but that could help tip the scales. Finally, Liverpool can afford to be more confident going into that tie because of Dominik Szoboszlai. He has been Liverpool's best player this season, and with him on the team, they are just much better. Szoboszlai creates a lot of goal-scoring opportunities for his side and is always a massive difference maker no matter what position he plays. His ability from dead ball situations could also give Liverpool the edge. The Hungarian has been scoring free kicks for fun this season, and it feels like he usually saves them for the biggest of games, like we've seen against Man City, Arsenal and Spurs this season alone. Who knows, maybe he has something brewing for PSG. Also, in a game like this one that's expected to be super tight, goals from free kicks could make all the difference. They certainly did when Arsenal went up against Real Madrid in the Champions League last season. And with Sobo, it's not just free kicks he can be dangerous from. He is also known to deliver pinpoint accurate crosses from corner kicks and other dead ball situations. And with players like Van Dijk, Ekitike, Konate and Gakpo, who are all really good in the air, that could make a world of difference. Essentially, Liverpool have more than enough to ensure that they actually knock PSG out this time around. Their hunger for revenge, coupled with the quality they have in their team, could really help them get past the Parisians and make it to the Final Four for the first time in 4 years. But do you think they can actually do it? What more do you think they'll need to have to knock Luis Enrique's men out? How do you think this game between PSG and Liverpool will end? Who can correctly predict the final scoreline for that game? Give it a shot in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Catch you in the next one. Bye.